Scotland's first medical cannabis clinic has begun prescribing to patients suffering from chronic pain conditions. The Sapphire medical clinic in Stirling was approved by regulators back in March. It's received hundreds of inquiries. Now, I've been talking to someone who uses THC oil. Suzie Marshall, she's 48. She suffers from arthritis and nerve pain. And she's been taking this cannabis oil for about a month after she was prescribed it privately.
Yeah, so I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis about 5 years ago. So that caused a lot of swelling, inflammation in my joints, a lot of pain, change in my mobility. Really, it was my knees that were the biggest problem for me, and always have been. So that in itself caused a lot of pain, and then I also developed additional sort of leg pain that nobody's been able to sort of put a diagnosis on, and that's the one that caused me to look further afield because I wasn't getting any answers through the normal medical route.
What is the normal medical route? Well, I guess it's steroids and painkillers, is it?
Yeah, so through the GP and my rheumatologist, and also saw an endocrinologist as well as a pain management consultant. So all the different painkillers. I've had physio, I've had MRIs and a CT scan to see if there was anything there. Obviously causing a sort of nerve compression, because that's what the pain sort of feels like, is like a sciatic type pain. But really, out of all of that and all the painkillers, I didn't get any real relief at all, which made me think I need to look for an alternative solution, really.
So there you are, Suzie. You're sore. The established stuff is not doing it for you. You take THC oil. What does that do? How does that make you feel? What does it do for you?
Yeah, so it is early days for me. It's been maybe about a month, something like that, and probably need to give it 3 months to give it a full trial. But I already find that the main thing that's helped is my sleep. So insomnia was another reason that I thought I should look at THC and medical cannabis. So not just from pain. I think even if my pain was down, I still would struggle to sleep. So that's the first thing that I've noticed, is my sleep has improved quite a lot, to be honest. And I feel like if you've slept, then even if your pain's there, you're not noticing it as much, or you're able to deal with it better if you've actually slept. So it's going to have a positive cycle from that point of view. So that's the first thing that I noticed really helped, was my sleep. You had to get it privately, didn't you? Yes.
Tell me about that and the process.
So I had seen, it was BBC articles a while ago that the official cannabis clinic, if you like, was coming to Scotland. So I was keen and keeping an eye out for any further news on that. And then when I heard that it was open, it was taking online referrals, I immediately, the same day I saw the article, self-referred myself. There's a form on their website. But you do go through some rigorous checks. They basically, contact your GP to confirm your diagnoses and what things you've tried already, what pain meds you've already had. And once you get through that process, you then have a video consultation because of the current climate. We couldn't go face to face at that point. So I had a video consultation with the doctor from Sapphire Clinics, who talked through all my history, and then she put forward all the evidence that she'd gathered to their weekly review meeting. So, there's some challenge around, is this person really suitable for this treatment? And then I obviously got through that and was told, yes, I was a suitable candidate. And then they basically wrote a prescription. There's a pharmacy that dispenses the medication directly to your door. So that took a few weeks. But, I'm glad I've sort of jumped on it at the first opportunity.
I'm just wondering, is there anything weird feeling about taking this THC oil, and would you like to see it used more widely?
Definitely the latter, yes. I think for me and possibly many other people, when it was first announced a few years ago that doctors could start prescribing medical cannabis for things like pain, I thought, great, this, it's just a matter of time before I managed to get this through the normal routes. And as it turned out, it was only for very restricted conditions. And even then, it seemed to be that very, very few people managed to get themselves through the process and actually get hold of it. So, yeah, it's disappointing to me that it's not much more widely available and as available as we thought it was going to be, given that news, I think it was 2018, that, you know, it would be there for people to use. So I don't see why it's not available more widely.
Well, I hope you get better, and I hope whatever you're taking makes a big difference. How do you feel now? How is life with what you've got?
It's been a lot worse in the past, so I just have to be thankful that I've got to a stage where I think I can manage things better, and if this brings improvements on top of that, then that's brilliant. I'm definitely going to give it at least a 3-month trial to see how much improvement it can bring. So here's hoping that it continues to improve me.
Well, that was Suzie Marshall, and a spokesperson for Healthcare Improvement Scotland says unlicensed cannabis-based medical products should be prescribed by specialist clinicians, in brackets, where there is clear published evidence of benefit and where there is a clinical need which cannot be met by licensed medicines and where established medicines have been exhausted. If you've tried the stuff, do let me know. 80295 is the number.